Hi, it's Sunny Novotny with your Monday Mentor Moment. And to end the month on talking about being mindful, I want to talk about tackling the day. I've given a lot of tips about being productive over the years, but I really want you to know that I actually am very productive. And it's important you know this is not just, oh, I get on here and I'm a speaker, I'm a trainer. No, you can ask anyone that knows me. I'm very organized. Time management is one of my better things because I've always realized you don't manage this, you manage this. So I'm going to really kind of talk about exactly how I help coach people on how do you tackle your day and how do you take on everything coming at you and still be calm, still be mindful, still be happy, and get it all done. So the first thing, and it is the most important, you must look at your emails before you go home to end your day and make sure they're all in a place your mind trusts. These people that have inboxes of hundreds and thousands of emails and they just keep scrolling through them and looking and going to the search, area and searching who I can't find that email from Bob Scott and where is it? So bad and such a waste of time. So what I do is every time I get an email, I do something with it. Back in the day, we used to look at files on our desk, back when we had offices and we actually had paper files. And I know that, you might think that's old fashioned, but, we had the inbox, the outbox, and things would pile up. But at the end of every day, mine was completely empty and I was very productive. Well, I do the same thing with my emails. So when an email comes, I do something with it, I delegate it, or I ditch it. And I've done that forever. I don't keep emails for the sake of keeping them. I don't keep them for CYA. Are you kidding? If I'm trying to cover my you-know-what, because I think somebody's going to say, well, you didn't send that. With all the technology we have, I can just go back and find it anyway, all right? So I just get it out of my outbox. So how do I do that? When I'm getting hundreds of emails, legitimate. That does not include my shopping emails and my Nordstrom emails. I'm talking a couple hundred a day, even in this climate, because we actually are busy again. How do I deal with it? The email comes, I look at it, I send the Outlook invite that they're requesting right away, even if it went to an account manager, but she might be out of the office. I'm just going to do something with it. I'm not going to then forward it on to her. She's out of the office for an hour. Then she's got to come back in. No, I'm going to respond to the client. Got the Outlook invite set up, all ready to go, and it's done. Or I look at it and it's a proposal that needs to be looked at or written or a client requesting something. I respond immediately. I've got it. I can have it to you by Friday. Now, many times you get the request, I need it right away. So if I can't get it right away, if it's a client, different story, but even then I set expectations. Let's say I get it and it's 4:00 on a Friday. Now I work on the weekends anyway, but I know I'll never get it to them by the time they need it. So I will respond immediately and say, I just saw this. I've been with clients all day. I won't be able to get it to you by the end of Friday, but I can get it to you by Saturday by noon, Pacific Standard Time. I always give the time zone. Will that work? That way you'll have it first thing Monday morning. I always respond. I cannot tell you how many people that I work with and coach that don't respond. Well, I couldn't get it to him, so I just didn't respond. Respond. Let him know. Then I take it and I literally move that email right to my calendar and I put it on Saturday. And I don't just put it on any old time on Saturday. I put it when I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it at 6 in the morning. I'm not going to do it at 8 in the morning. I said I was going to do it on Saturday, and I'm going to maybe sleep in on Saturday, and maybe I'm going to have a big breakfast. So I'm not going to do it maybe till 11 o'clock. So I put it, that email, to 11 o'clock. When I open that 11 o'clock email up, everything comes up. I do what I need to do to get it done, and I move on. Now, I do delete a lot of stuff. If it's things I want to read later, I have a folder that I put things in. If it goes into a client folder, but I just don't leave it in there. So when I go home at night, my mind is completely calm that there was nothing in there that I didn't see. Too many people miss things, forget things because they come in the next morning. And what happens? There's about 25, 30 more emails. Now, the other thing I do that some people disagree with me, I talked to you about the fact that I do, alarm goes off, I'm breathing for 5 minutes. I'm not doing a big workout exercise. That'll come maybe February. But I breathe. Then I get up and I do check my emails first thing. Now, I know a ton of people that disagree with that. They think you need to get into your day. Well, I'm an international company. I have people from all over the world that are depending on me. So when I wake up in California, I'm 3 hours already behind New York, and I'm way behind Europe. And I absolutely want to make sure I respond. So I might see an email from someone in London, and I'll say, I just woke up. I saw the email. As soon as I get to the office, I'll get on with it. And I can tell you, it buys so much real loyalty and so much respect because you are doing what you're supposed to do. Now, the other thing is that I think everything in our life is important. I think every email that comes, even some random email that may not be about anything, can be important. So it's not like I just delete it without reading it, unless it's some spam, or usually that goes to spam. If it comes to me, I do glance it over. It could be on tips and trends and what's going on, and I'll look at it and I just kind of take some in. But I'll give you an example. I read an email right before Christmas that reminded me why everything in life is important, and why all people are important, and why everything that is made in this world or sold in this world is important. And it talked about the old chair that you're looking at, that you want to get rid of. It's old, we've had it forever. Why do we want to keep that? No, I grew up in a home that was filled with antiques. We would never get rid of anything. We kept everything. And the story I'm going to tell you reminds me of what my mother and grandmother always told me about every single old piece of furniture. You know, at one point, a craftsman made that. They took a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of love to actually make this chair. They polished it. They made it look great. They engraved on it. Then they sold it to someone, and a family was so happy to have it, and it proudly sat in the living room. And then over time, it got taken to a garage sale or to a thrift market, and then somebody else got it, and then maybe somebody refurbished it. See, everything's important, because think about the first person that made that chair. Have you ever thought about that? See, there's things in our lives that today we throw away like that because we have no care and we're not mindful. We ignore our past and only focus sometimes on the future. Well, I got news for you. There's never been a better time to focus on the present, because what happens right now will determine how you're remembered in the future. Have a great week. Don't forget to be mindful, and thanks for always stopping in.